You teach me and I teach you. Pokemon. Pokemon. Yeah, I know what you're probably thinking, like, say, why am I not wearing this for a Pokemon review? Because I recently just got this, and I don't know. It's comfy, although it's a bit big on me. And I just wanted to look silly for this one. It's a Pikachu onesie. It's Pikachu. So yeah, this time we're looking at a comedy. In this case, Dumb and Dumber.
Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? Guys! Fellas.
Oh my god, I've been wanting to talk about a Jim Carrey film for quite a while. What was it about? Well, it tells the story of Lloyd Christmas and Harry Dunn, two dumb but well-meaning friends from Providence, Rhode Island, who set out on a cross-country road trip to Aspen, Colorado, to return a briefcase full of money to its owner, thinking it was abandoned as a mistake. But it wasn't abandoned by accident, it was left as ransom. And I think I've seen many times, many clips from the film. I think this is my first time actually seeing it, all the way through. And I bet there's some folks going to say, really? Yes, I know somebody like say, you find it hard to believe. I haven't seen everything. I've seen so many films too, but I have not seen everything. And I gotta say this was great. Like, whether it's like, say, the humor is really rather like top notch. Especially like, say, like, we have a beginning of it, like, the the they say, you have like what they say, hey, Lloyd, like, he is a limo driver, and at the same time, Harry, he is, and the job that he has, beginning of it, is he is a, like, he takes up dogs and sends them to places. I do gotta say, the funniest joke at the beginning of the film is, like, say, when the robbers, or, the assassins think that, like, they are gonna, like, they ruin their house and all that. And then and the thing about the bird.
Oh, that's it. I've had it with this dump. We got no food. We got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off. Okay, just calm down.
Actually, no wait. Like, say, at the beginning of, like, say, when you're like, they don't have any jobs left, they Lloyd basically tries to get some beer and, like, also a magazine, and that doesn't go well for him, and then his booze gets stolen by a little old lady.
Oh, well, could you do me a favor and watch my stuff here while I go break $1?
Of course.
Thanks. Hey, I guess they're right. Senior citizens, although slow and dangerous behind the wheel, can still serve a purpose.
I'll be right back. Don't you go dying on me.
But I do love, like, him saying, like, he's just tapping his place. And so, like, yeah, the reason he's, I guess, say, once we get on the bit of the road trip and all that, it becomes hilarious. At first, like, say, like, it's, a bit really just, like, say, okay. Like, if you have not seen the film in a while, or it's your first time seeing it, you slowly get, like, say, like, hey, yes, these guys are goobers, but it's funny.
Seabass and the fellas offered to pick up our check. They said just put it on their tab. They're very nice.
Seabass said that.
Well, if that guy at the table over there is Seabass.
All right,
That's what he wants.
Put these in there too.
You got it.
I do like say whether it's like suddenly you like whether it's when Joe become like starts to go on the journey with them, and at first like he's trying to tell me say hey you should eat the hot peppers, and that kind of reminds me of the time like I had the one chip challenge.
It's more tingly than hot. Yeah.
If you fellas excuse me, I gotta use the phone, Enjoy your meal, guys.
This helps. That works good.
I should have done that. I should have used ketchup or mustard. Except I went worse. I used ice cream. It was bad. I turned ghostly. And what they say they end up giving Joe like say a very hot burger. And then because like he's thinking like say I'm gonna poison them with rats and all that. They flip it back on him. And well, like see they thought okay we're gonna continue on our adventure. And there's like same moment when they end up like going up against some guys at a diner, and like they're feeling say okay they're gonna beat us up. They end up like like re-meeting a guy named Seabass at a like like Lloyd does in a restroom and all that, and looking back, that is like say like even though he's going to, that's it. That reminds me of my first time. That reminds me of my first time. we all remember our first. As, but I do think, like say Harry is like he's talking to one girl and like she's like, hey, I want to give you my number, and like his foot's on fire because of like trying to like do the gas. And the dream sequence where Lloyd is trying to like say he's dreaming about Mary, and then like he's like going like having like say like a karate something moves and all that. That was like say on like a moment where I always remember fairly much because that was always shown off in Cartoon Networks. Like say hey they would show a film on Cartoon Network and all that. It was like one of these, and that was the like say the. come here, yeah, like, moment for the chef. And at first, like, say Mr. Mills, like, say, hey, they end up going in the wrong direction, and they go in the wrong direction, and Lloyd basically goes like, say, hey, buddy, come on. They end up getting Lloyd ends up finding a scooter that they can use to get them there.
I got to stop. We're going to the bathroom.
Just go, man. Oh. That sure is warm.
They drive all the way there until they get to Aspen. And then they're just trying to say, okay, we need to find Mary. And what ends up happening is, like, say, Harry at first tells, like, Lloyd, like, say, hey, bud, she'll meet you at the bar, but he ends up meeting her and going to say, and all that. And Lloyd ends up waiting at the bar all day, feeling like she's gonna come, but she doesn't come. And what ends up happening is we have the moment in which Lloyd gives Harry a laxative shake. And he ends up having to bow out at Mary's house, but the thing about it is that the toilet don't work. I'm sorry, I had a lot of fun with this. It was hilarious at times. And, yes, I think this, when it comes back to it, this is a bit of a classic. When you think about comedy films, especially, like, Jim Carrey, and Jeff Daniels, this is one of them. And they, end up running into, Mary's, who she thinks is, like, saying, what, Nicholas, and I can say, he's like saying, what is this? And it's a bunch of IOUs in the suitcase, in the briefcase. Because, say Beth is the girl who Harry ended up meeting at the gas station. She's a FBI agent, and I do find it hilarious. Say when Steve was say, "Welp, that was a fun adventure, but let's not let it go become between our friendship." And then they try to go home, and the funniest joke is they see a bus full of beach model girls.
When are we ever gonna catch a break?
Hi, y'all. Hey, allihopa. Hey, guys. We're going on a national bikini tour, and we're looking for 2 oil boys who can grease us up before each competition.
You are in luck.
And at first, he'd think, say, jackpot, or something like that. Then he'd go say, hey, you're going the wrong way.
The town is back that way.
Wow. 2 lucky guys are going to be driving around with those girls for the next couple of months.
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll catch our break too. Just gotta keep our eyes open.
Hey, movie ends, fade to black. Or no, not fade to black, credit rolls. Overall, Dumb and Dumber is pretty great. It's a very entertaining film. I totally believe it is. See ya!